Hello friends, welcome to Data Gang Academy, your home for real world DAX mastery. Today we are diving into one of the most asked Power BI interview and dashboard questions. What's the difference between YTD, which is year to date, QTD, which is quarter to date, and MTD, which is month to date calculations, and how do you build them in Power BI using DAX? We will go step by step with real data so you not only understand the syntax but also the logic behind it. Let's begin. Now you see I have a sales table over here. There are three columns into sales table, which is date, region and sales amount. This is the sample dataset. You can use your own dataset whichever you have. There are no issues. Now I want to create one more table called as date table. So how do I create that? Let me show you. Go to table tools, then go into new table. To this, I have to create a DAX expression called as calendar is equal to, I will use calendar measure over here. Into that, you see it has asked me start date as well as end date. So start date is I'll use date as a format. Year I'll put something as 2023, comma, the month as 12th month, and then the date as 1. I'll close the bracket, comma, end date. Again I'll use date format only. So I'll mention end date as 2024, comma, month is 12th, and then 31st is the day, which means December 2023 to December 2024. So I'm creating this table. Once our calendar table is created, make sure your data type should be date over here. Okay. Now we will move to the next step, which is into model view. We will create a relationship between sales table and calendar table. So date from sales table, just pull and drop on the date from the calendar table. Just say it as one-to-one relationship and enter save. The relationship is established between sales table and calendar table. Now we will see how our YTD, QTD and MTD works. Let me create a measure. So I'll say a measure over here. I'll name the measure as sales first using YTD. YTD is equal to total YTD into bracket. I want sum of sales amount, comma, calendar date. I'll enter first measure. Similarly, I will create another measure as sales QTD, which is quarter to date. I'll say again total QTD into bracket. I want sum of sales amount, comma, calendar date. Again enter. Similarly, I will create one more measure, sales underscore MTD, which is month to date, is equal to total month to date. Above you see parameters, what all total MTD needs. I'll say again sum of sales amount from my sales table, comma, dates I want from calendar date. Then I'll close. Let us evaluate our expression onto the line chart. I will take a line chart over here. This is my line chart. Into x-axis, I will pull the date parameter. Into this, I don't want this date hierarchy. I will use date here. Next, I will pull sales YTD, then sales QTD, and then sales MTD. Now you can see here how our expressions are working. If you want to further evaluate this, I will put a slicer here and just drag the date from here. Into this, I will use a date hierarchy. For that, to show you very clearly, I will use month into field. Now if you see, it is showing me all the months. So February, March. So you can evaluate how our expression works. So here's a tip for you. Use YTD, QTD and MTD when comparing performance across time, building dynamic executive dashboards, answering interview questions with confidence. Mastering these three makes you 10x better than the time intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, like the video and subscribe to DataGyan Academy for daily Power BI content. Have questions or stuck in an interview scenario? Drop it in the comments. Thank you.